so long since I've done this. I know the entire last episode is just me sitting here saying, hey, I'm going to teach myself how to podcast. Well, I fucking lied. Alright, let's get into the actual episode. This week was really weird, man. I was on Instagram and I saw a post complaining, like, it was like by this dude. He was just complaining. He's like, oh, consent. It ruins the mood. And, I don't know about my female listeners, of course, but I don't think I've ever met a girl that was, like, turned off after realizing they weren't going to get raped. You know what I mean? Like, I've never met somebody that was just, like, I just, like, whisper to them, hey, babe, you want to grab a fucking condom? And then the desert just emerges in their pants, like, fuck, I thought you were about to traumatize me for life, and it was going to be so fucking hot. Like, what really is the deal? Like, with asking for consent being an issue. Like, I don't get it. It's an easy thing, It's an easy thing. And if they can't respond, just don't do it. It's a pretty easy thing. I do it. Because I've totally had sex before. Without a doubt. I'm not some virgin cock. I've totally. Speaking of trauma, I went to Chick-fil-A this week, and I've decided I have an issue. I always feel so guilty going to Chick-fil-A because they're obviously, like, for conversion therapy and they don't like gay people, which I'm against. So every time I went there, I feel guilty, but I kind of figured something out this week. I'm just going to start being an asshole whenever I go there. Now, I don't want to condone being mean to non-Chick-fil-A workers. Those kids at Dunkin' work very hard, They do a good job. But I do believe that Chick-fil-A workers, like, sign their soul away when they, when they sign up for their 401k, like, they're gone. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, you shouldn't really respect them to any point. So, like, I asked for the Chick-fil-A sauce, and this girl, she was really nice about it, so I just started screaming in her face. Keep in mind, I do not enjoy this. I don't like just screaming in people's face. Like, I don't get an erection when this college kid starts crying, not even a little. And so yeah, she just ran away crying, and I think it's good for the world. I think it's good for the world that I did that, because it shows Chick-fil-A that, they have weaknesses. That chicken might be good, but it doesn't give you a pass on homophobia. Because that's bad. Homophobia is bad. Looking at you, Kevin Hart. That was supposed to be a didn't really work out too well. Alright, so obviously this episode is, like, way more, like, written. I worked on this throughout the week to try to make this a good episode. And for all I could tell, this could be going fucking terrible. But I can't even, like, slightly get the next joke to, like, work organically. So I'm just gonna spit it. So I dated a girl, and she loved to dirty talk. I wasn't super into it. Like, one time she was doing it, she just said, my baby deserves to be sucked dry. Now, I had zero ways to respond to this in a sexual way, so I just looked at her and I said, don't talk about our kids like that. She looked at me confused and she said, what kid? I was already in too deep, so I just said, thank God you had the abortion. Yeah, I feel like this episode went really terribly. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't... I'm working on it. This isn't as shitty as last time. I think there's a couple of good things in here. Yep, okay, we're done. That was... Oh, Christ, that was like 3 minutes.